from Mary's Stamping Happenings, and this is There's a Card Thursday. I hope you really enjoy this video and cards, and if you'd like to purchase any of the products seen, you can go to my website at marytroutner.stampinup.net and click on Shop Now. Hi, this is Mary from Mary's Stamping Happenings, and today is There's a Card Thursday, and we're going to be making this great cookie cutter Santa card. And I got the inspiration from Rhonda Wade on this one. So what we're going to be needing for the stamp set, we are going to be using, of course, Cookie Cutter Christmas, and we are going to be using an ink. We're going to be using the Memento black ink, and we're going to be using the basic gray and the real red Stampin' Right markers. Okay, for cardstock, we're going to be using an 8.5 by 5.5 piece of Sierra Sand. We're going to be using a piece of 3 by 3 inch real red, and we're going to cut that down for a circle. We're going to be using a 2 by 3 or a large scrap of Whisper White, but it should be about 2 inches across. We're going to be using some Dazzling Diamonds Glimmer paper, and this is 2.5 by 5. And we're going to be using Candy Cane Lane Designer Series paper, and this is 2 inches by 5. And this is 2.25 by 5, so that they layer onto each other. We're going to be using some of the Candy Cane Lane Baker's Twine. We're going to be using the Cookie Cutter Builder Punch. We're going to be using, of course, glue dots, stamping dimensionals, Winka Stella. We're also going to be using the Big Shot. We're going to be using the Layered Circle Framelits, and we're going to be using the Cable Knit Dynamic Textures Impressions folder. So we're going to just fold this and make it a card front. And then we're going to, with our glue dots, I am going to glue the Candy Cane Lane paper onto the Dazzling Diamonds glitter paper. Now here, if you want, you may want to use some tear and tape. And what it'll do is it'll line up on the edges, but not the top and the bottom, because you want that little bit to show. And then I am going to glue that to the card front. Just like that. And then I'm going to take some of my Candy Cane Lane Baker's Twine, and this one, you can use the red one. This one is the red with the metallic, or red metallic, white with red metallic. And I'm just going to wrap it around 3 times, and I am going to tie a little bow. Get those even, or at least close together. And so I'm tying a little bow onto that. I'm tying it off to one side because one side's going to have this Santa. And I'm just going to cut that there. Okay, and I'm going to set that aside. And then with the Memento ink and the Santa Claus Cookie Cutter Christmas stamp, I'm going to stamp. And since I got the whole thing, I might as well use the whole thing and stamp 4. You can get 4 on one of these. This is 2 by 11. There. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my real red and my basic gray, And I'm just going to color these in. You know, I discovered a hidden talent of my husband's. He was off a while ago when I was preparing for my craft fairs, and he said he'd help me. So I needed a bunch of these punched out, but I also needed the Santas colored. He liked coloring them. He said that was probably the best part of it, was coloring them. So guess what? Guess who's going to be coloring a lot of my stuff from now on? I'm just going to go like that, and I'll just do one of these. I'll do the rest of them, or I'll have him do the rest of them. And then what I do is, if I could find my Wink of Stella, I would put Wink of Stella on where the fur is, on all of the fur. But since I can't find the Wink of Stella, I know it's around someplace because I used it today. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the cookie cutter builder punch, and I'm going to punch out my Santa. Okay, then I'm going to take my 3x3 and I'm going to cut it out. I've already done that with the layered punch. And what I'm going to do then is I'm going to wet that, and I'm going to take that and I'm going to put that in the cable knit, and I'm going to run that through the Bake Shot. And this is what you get. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to attach a couple of Stampin' Dimensionals to the Santa's back. And I'm going to attach the Santa to the circle that's been run through. I'm going to put a couple pieces on the circle. I'm going to take this and attach that. Then I'm going to take my, well, let's take my saying, and I'm going to take the real red Stampin' Right marker again. And I am going to put right like that. For There's a Card Thursday, thanks for visiting and happy stamping.